Guys, it has been a morning. Well, an afternoon, I suppose. I'm sorry I'm late. I had a couple of things just kind of around the house that were perfectly timed to more or less be finished a few minutes after noon. So, okay, I'll eat me a bite of lunch. Wait for the washer and the dryer to finish because they'll be done in a few minutes. Then I ain't got to worry about it, until the dryer goes off again. Stella wanted in and out. Okay, and then I spent 15 minutes fighting with my capture card. It's time for a new capture card. That Omanyte could have been orange for all I know. It was as much attention as I was paying. So, I've had a morning. Not an unnecessarily bad morning, but a frustrating morning. Why is there a dot on... Oh, that's my... That's the end of one of my wind chimes. Okay. But the last 20 minutes has been just a doozy and a half. Cat running around the house like a mad lad. Did get the fridge mostly cleaned out. I gotta do the crispers, but the top is free of leftover food, more or less. There's still some like dip and stuff in there I need to dump, but that's fine. That's no big deal. Good afternoon. I have to practice deep breathing for a couple of minutes, I think. Alright. I watched the opening ceremony for Worlds, which was nice. I enjoyed the little animated video they did, and then the first band was fun. I didn't care as much for the second band, just not really my kind of music, I guess, or my kind of song. I watched Joe's little overview of the demo they got to play. He said it was about 10 minutes long. They had a little section where they could run around and explore a little bit, and then they battle a couple of trainers. And then they had a section where they fought the Mega Absol you see in the trailer, which I'm assuming is gonna be more or less the area boss for this, kind of like Cleavor in Obsidian Fieldlands. But my footage is. And he said that this is very much, in a way, a Legends Arceus boss battle, but you're not physically participating so much as dodging, because the Mega Pokemon is after you. Which will be an interesting take on it. You collect a bunch of little orbs to gather up energy for Mega Evolution. He said that AZ lends you a Lucario to Mega Evolve to fight the Mega Absol, which doesn't make any sense, but lore-wise it doesn't make sense, because Mega Evolution requires a strong bond between trainer and Pokemon. Maybe this Lucario just likes everybody. But it looks interesting. Joe said the final trainer in the kind of runaround portion of the demo was about 10 levels higher than all of his Pokemon, and that he snuck up on him and, like, I guess one-shotted the Pokemon he had out, and then completely demolished the rest of Joe's team, which is whatever set Pokemon they gave them for the demo. So this should be interesting. Running around and playing Legends Arceus is definitely going to help at least a little bit. I don't know if we're going to get a role in this. Like, literally get a dodge roll in this. Like we had in Legends Arceus. That's just something we're gonna have to wait and see, I guess. But it should be fun. Also, I'm going to overlevel my Pokemon so much. Not that I don't generally anyways. Okay, I thought it was frozen again. I was about to shout. Do a pterodactyl scream of rage there for a second. I'm tired of having to fight with my capture card. And the funny thing is it will work perfectly well in the evenings. I want to play a little bit of Pokemon. Go for it. All sorts of fun. I hunted a shiny Poochyena and a shiny Swinub last night, and it worked perfectly fine for the 3-ish hours or so I was hunting. my side game of Scarlet has just turned into me shiny hunting more Pokemon again, and it worked perfectly fine this morning when I turned it on and, you know, popped into Scarlet to just check my outbreaks from it, see if there's anything there I wanted to hunt this evening. Then later just glitched out and took 15 minutes of just fighting with it. Unplug and replug, basically. OBS froze. I finally realized I'd never updated OBS, so I updated OBS. OBS froze again, and it's like, I think it might be time to order me a new card. Which is sad, considering the one I'm using is about 2 years old at this point, I think. I got it I got it September or August 2 years ago. Oh, has it really been 2? Yeah, it's been 2 years since I got this capture card, and it's a $10 capture card. I've more than gotten my worth out of it in streaming and in just gameplay. You know, I've easily gotten a couple thousand hours out of it. Which is fantastic, considering I think it was $15 when I bought it. But it's $10 now. I'm definitely going to have to order me a new one before Legends ZA drops. Have to check and see what my funds will allow me. Might be able to swing a $10 capture card. I'm honestly surprised we don't see 3 or 4 different brands of capture cards at like Walmart and stuff, unless we have and I'm just dumb, which is always possible. And I just overlooked it. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong section. I don't know, but I figured by now they would carry cheap capture cards at Walmart, which, like I said, they might, and I just haven't noticed. My little lamp over to the side my TV and see if that don't help with the lighting. As much as I love my little light here, it just does not seem to do enough. Actually, wait, that worked kind of decently. The problem would be keeping it facing. I need to stick this back on top of the TV here. Be the position as well. They're basically the exact same thing above our stove in the kitchen. We use it as a nightlight. I did watch Joe's the vlog of his live stream from when he went to the Pokemon Center at Worlds. Lots of cool stuff. I absolutely dig the milkshake glasses, which I would buy and like never use because we almost never make milkshakes. Of course, I think he planned on using them as for ice cream sundaes, which is just as good. But lots and lots of stuff. I can understand why, you know, everybody goes to Worlds and they're like, my bank account hates me. My bank account would hate me too. But also, hopefully, none of their, nothing glass that anybody there gets breaks on the way home. So that would be horrible. That would suck. But I've watched the extent of the Worlds I will be watching until Sunday afternoon. Which probably sounds kind of horrible. I just never was one for sitting and watching all the tournaments. When the live streams show up in my feed, it's like, oh look, it's championship season again. Cool. And then I scroll on to other things. I can hear my dog bouncing around the furniture, trying to find her spot to get comfy. Another Omanyte. Here in the next 2 or 3, I'm going to check and make sure my count is accurate. Thinking about trying to put together a puzzle again. And there's a part of me that knows I can always sit at the kitchen table and probably be okay putting one together, but I really just want to be able to turn and use the desk next to me to put a puzzle together. But I have a 4-footed feline problem in that regard. And that for the past 2 weeks, my cat has quite literally been my shadow. And I know the moment I try to start a puzzle on the desk beside me, he's gonna be all up in my business. I want one of those puzzle stands, just because it'd make it harder for him to mess with it. It's so funny though, I was watching the fly has returned. Watching Joe's thing and heard a voice. I'm going, oh, it's like, wait, is that Agent V? And he turned his camera a little bit, and I saw Glitch Exity's braids before I saw Agent V, but they were looking at like puzzles, I think, and it's like, hey, felt like I found Where's Wally? Sadly, they were the only ones there I could recognize on site. Not that I'm just up to date in how every Poketuber looks. Like them and like Austin Sean Plays and maybe 1 or 2 other people I could recognize in if they showed up in a video and they were close enough. Said I was gonna check my numbers. I'll have to do that next. Good sir, you have one job and you and I are both failing miserably at it. Yes, alright, I'm accurate. I caught a shiny Swinub in Scarlet and named him Bread. No, I named him Melon. I was tempted to name him Bread, but I didn't want to look up what that one bread that does actually look like Swinubs is called. I was being lazy. So he ended up Melon because he's green. Also, my curse of shiny females in that game seems to have been broken. A Growlithe broke it, and then I got a female Cuckoo, but I think both of my captures last night were both males, which was kind of nice after, I think, like 8 female shiny Pokemon in a row. Felt like that nail was cracked. It's so funny though, because I'm watching people go about and, you know, get their stuff and whatnot, and Joe's looking at the varsity jacket and goes, "This is such a nice jacket, but I could never see myself wearing it. And if I'm never gonna wear it, I'm not gonna pay $130 for it." Like, there you go, Joe. Like, buy the t-shirts and the hoodies. They did have some really nice shirts. They're very cute. I still want one of the little Machamp plush so bad. He is just like, he's adorable. Which is not ever a sentence I thought I'd be saying about a Machamp, but the varsity jacket Machamp plush is just very cute. He looks very pleased with himself. Had a little record shop and stuff. They had a fake band name for one of the lines of shows they were doing, but I can't remember what it is. Had something to do with Squawkabilly. But that was fun. It had the black and red kind of Arcanine aesthetic. Honestly, if Pokemon Company wanted to make a bunch of fake little Pokemon themed bands and make just decorative records for them, not necessarily records that worked, that'd be cool. So I've legit actually kind of thought about buying albums before, just kind of for the art and stuff. The Stardew Valley seasons, the covers for the vinyls are very nice. The funny thing is, we do actually have a little record player in the living room. Don't use it often, but it is in there, in a bunch of my dad's records. I had a little blue one when I was younger. Had 5 or 6 records for it. One of them was a kind of a longer version of The Old Woman Who Lived in the Shoe. I had one that was just a bunch of kids' music. I have one, it was Bullfrogs and Butterflies, which I feel like was kind of a set done by like a band or something. I had one that was, I want to say it came with a book, and it was like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or something. Don't quote me on any of these. It's been a long time, and I want to say I had 1 or 2 more that were just kind of fun kid ones. Funny thing is, they're probably still around here somewhere. I just don't know where exactly they would be. Of course, my dad, of course, has a bunch of the older ones. He has Alabama. They have, I think they have all the Rocky vinyls. So many, I can't remember all of them. I just remember one of the times we moved, we hooked up my mom's stepmom's stereo system, and it had a record player on the top. And so we listened to like a bunch of Alabama, some older bands I can't quite remember. There might have been some Garth in there, and might have been a little bit of Johnny. I'd have to go through and see. Now I kind of want to start buying records again. Not against the idea, I just would hate to put the money into it and then like never use it. Or the cat decide it is something that needs to be dive bombed and like tear up a vinyl. As much as I love my little idiot, he can be really dumb sometimes. Omanyte are just not jiving. Does make me curious though to see what theme they will do for San Francisco next year. Considering they went with kind of the vintage this year for Anaheim. There's a small part of me that feels like they almost go with Surfer, but that probably wouldn't make much sense. Maybe they'll... No, that's Hollywood. I don't know what they do. Because I was going to say maybe they'll do kind of a movie star aesthetic or something. We'll just have to wait and see. We should get the art for it. What is it? Usually Pokemon Day? I think is when they give us the first art, usually. I wonder if they will announce where the Champion Worlds 2027 will be held this year. So they did 2 years last year, and we know where Worlds is going to be next year. Probably. I feel like they have a list of places they can go to that they like. Oh, we can do it here, we can do it here, we can do it here, and then it's just negotiations to see wherever they go next. Saw someone left a comment on one of Joe's videos. They're like, they need to come to the South. It's like, we might get them in Texas. Maybe one day eventually, but they're like we're definitely not getting them in any of the little capitals. They got to be big city, big place to hold the Worlds, I think. They're mentioning it coming to like Arkansas or Tennessee or something. It's like, or Dallas, Texas, or Houston or something. It's like, I couldn't see going to Arkansas or Tennessee or anything. There's not a big enough draw there, and as of late, I don't know if we'd have a big enough stadium. It is neat though that apparently the finals Sunday is being held in an actual arena. That's kind of fun. Might be able to go to a Worlds by the time I'm 50. Need to get me a big jug or a, let's say, a piggy bank. I wouldn't want anything glass for the cat, but need to get me a big jug and just write Worlds on it and slowly but surely start saving change. And ones and whatnot. Because Worlds is definitely not a thing you want to take a little bit of money for. It's definitely the kind of thing I'd want to save like $5,000 or $6,000. Not for like merchandise, but just the idea of the ticket, the hotel. I don't know if you have to pay for Pokemon Center entry. Probably not. I think that's just whenever if you get lucky and get an early ticket, you get lucky and get an early ticket. But food and merch and, you know, a little bit put back in case of emergency. That is definitely a vacation that would be a few $1,000s though. Can't say anything. I watched a friend of mine when we went to Universal spend $100 and something on pins. She really loves pins. So there's like, honey, you don't need that many pins. It was fun though when she got all of her pins. I think she got one after every ride. Not that we rode a ton of different rides, because both of us are really big cowards when it comes to heights. So we mostly did a bunch of the indoor ones. I think the biggest one we got on that wasn't like an indoor ride where you had to go up steps was probably what is it, Flight of the Hippogriff, because it only went up like 30 something feet. Walked up to a couple of dudes in a doorway once. We're like, this isn't the entrance for the roller coaster up there, is it? He goes, no. He goes, this is for this. We're like, okay, we just wanted to make sure. He's like, no, you're good. Have this shiny today. Please! You've taken 4 years off of my life with a ton. Okay, maybe not 4 years, but sometimes it feels like 4 years. So many fossils for you, dude. Kind of trying to keep an ear out for the dryer. I got my dad's comforter in it. And it likes to beep after about half an hour or so. It's a king size comforter, so I got to go rearrange everywhere. So at some point in time, I'm gonna have to get up for about 3 minutes and rearrange a comforter. Yes, I have enough of you. If I weren't erasing all your progress in reviving fossils after each failed 100, you would have so much knowledge. nothing that other than what little bit of gameplay information and stuff we got from the demo. I keep wanting to say the preview, which I guess is technically the same thing, but it is technically a demo. I'm hoping we still get maybe a little trailer, commercial. Either one. I know apparently there are some trailers coming out, which is more or less just kind of mashups of stuff from other trailers. The ones that have been officially released, if I'm not mistaken. I did watch enough of a Ruffled Rowlet video this morning to see that, because there weren't any, like, Mega Evolution spoilers or anything in the video. Another blue fellow. Had a good laugh. Watched a short yesterday where they're talking about shiny Pokemon. No, it wasn't a short. It was rewatching some of Ryan was taking some of his shiny hunting videos. He was talking about bad shinies and good shinies, and he mentioned missing the original shiny Charizard where it was purple and then the inside of its wings were green. It's basically Dragonite flipped. But the only thing I could think of when I saw that Charizard is Barney. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's like the purple Charizard makes me think of Barney. Yes. Sir, I have a grand total of 250 fossils for you. But by the time we're done reviving, it's gonna feel like 1,000,000,001. Saw my uncle earlier today. He stopped by to get my dad because he's got to go do a concrete for him, so they can pour some concrete. And he stepped into the house, and Stella, who barks at everybody who comes in, unless she just knows him super well. He looked at her. He goes, "She's gonna bite me?" It's like, no, she's not gonna bite you. He goes, "She's gonna bite me." It's like, my dog doesn't bite on purpose. He's met my dog before, so I know he's just teasing. How dare you? I'm sure if she really didn't like him, she might nip at him, but she's not much of a biter. Thankfully, we don't do animals that bite here, unless it's defending someone or defending themselves. All right. The dryer just buzzed. Give me just a minute to go flip around that comforter so I can stick it on Dad's bed probably after stream. I'll be back in just a moment. you come from? Or were you just there the entire time and I didn't notice? Did you finally wear yourself out? Alright. Thank you for giving me that moment to go flip the comforter around. Ooh, it's Friday. We'll find out how many Chin Pao we defeated this evening. I did my part. I defeated not overly many, but I think I did like 5 or 6. I really should be doing more of these though for Herba Mystica, I think. Got like 116 Herba Mystica, which is nothing compared to the hardcore hunters who is somehow end up with like 1,000 of each, more or less. So I got onto YouTube this morning after going out and feeding and watering the dogs, and oh, I fixed. No, that was after breakfast. Fixed these up and fed and water the dog, and she had a bowl full of mud again, and came back in here and was gonna sit down for a few minutes, take a bit of a break, then get up and go do dishes and clean out the fridge for the most part. So did that, sat down and pulled up my feed, and here's this person you watched, they uploaded a video. Here's this person you watched, they uploaded a video. Here's this person you watched, they uploaded a video. Here's this other person you watched. It's like, okay, too many videos for me to watch between doing things. Like, too many videos. I have like 5 new videos to watch and not 5 new videos worth of time before I stream. A last minute shiny for this batch. Nothing against Mexican food. I do enjoy my nachos. Like, what if I don't want to go get Mexican food tonight? It's so funny though, because I've been teasing Dad about seeing how, you know, I fell and hurt myself the past more or less 2 weeks. He'd had to go into the store himself and get stuff, because usually I do, unless there's something very specific he wants, and then he comes in and gets it. And I was teasing him about, you know, you haven't been inside the store this much in 2 years. 'Cause I always go in for you. But yesterday I hit the point where I'm able to go back in the stores again by myself. Which was a fair worry before, because they didn't want me falling or something, which I've been good to walk on my foot since Sunday. It was a very awkward limp, but I could walk on it. I should ice that later. Yes, I'm gonna go through a handful of these and check and make sure I haven't overlooked a shiny. I don't think I have, but I don't trust myself sometimes. I know, that's just the loveliest sound. Okay. So no shiny in that batch. Jungle has their demo impressions out. Derby Joe has his thing, I guess, where his name is on a panel. I can't really see it. It's too small on my screen at the moment. I have to increase the size. I know if I ever somehow miraculously get invited to a world, I'm going to drive them nuts. I'm going to be like escorted. Any accommodations? I am half blind. Accommodate me. Mostly it'll be making sure I end up where I need to be. Please send me someone who knows where they're going so I don't get lost. Shuffle me in with a group of other people so I can play Duckling. I will be perfectly happy just following along. That's always my biggest worry about like going somewhere alone. It's like, what if we get lost? And me and Mama Blue went to Universal. There one evening where she wanted food from Red Lobster. I think she wanted a lobster bisque, if I'm not mistaken, and I didn't want a steak or anything from Red Lobster. So I just went, it's like, look, it's like, I'll hop on the Universal shuttle, it'll take me back to the park, I can enter the little main entrance kind of shopping area thing, go there, grab me some orange chicken from Panda Express, and come back on the shuttle, the next one coming back to the hotel. That was the extent I was more or less by myself the entirety of that trip. And it was only because there was a bus that would take me there and bring me back. But it's not to say I have not traveled alone. You can plunk me down in an airport and I can find my way most of the time to my gate. Except for the one time I misread the sign and went to the wrong gate. that was only once. Why they insist on having all their flight departure signs 7 feet up in the air, where even at that one time with glasses I could not read jack squat because I had a cataract and didn't know it. Of course, you know, after that when I realized I was an idiot and I could just look up what gate I needed to go to on my phone. You only ever want to miss a plane once. It is annoying. I mean, they were nice about it. I was on more or less the next, not the next plane out, because that was the gate I'd originally been sitting at, actually. But the one after that, I was on like 2 hours later, which was fine. Which was no big deal, but it was like, I got lost. You know, the help desk people, oh, how'd you miss your plane? I misread the gate. Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. I misread the gate. Oh, okay, I'm here. But we're gonna do a thing. They're gonna call you on a phone over there. Go answer it. You know, explain that you think they'll stick you on another plane. But no big deal. It was more the annoyance that poor Mama Blue had been at the airport for like 4 hours already waiting for me. And I don't know if, you know, if I can't get on this next plane, it's gonna be like 11 o'clock before they send me on that way, and yada yada, and so on and so forth. That's when they lost my luggage. I sent her a message, and it's like, you know, hey, I missed my plane. Would you go to the luggage thing and, you know, get it for me? Basically, because it will be arriving and I will not be. So, you know, she walked up to the gate person, I guess, for the lost luggage deal, and she's like, hey, my friend missed her plane, but her luggage should be on the one coming in. Has this one come in? Can I get her luggage, please? And, that one got lost. It turns out my bag ended up getting one of the random bag checks. So yeah, they it doesn't say, they sent a dude and he bought me my luggage at where it was staying. Sorry about that. I hate dry skin on my lips. Like, I finally get there and we've been been in bed for 45 minutes, and there's a knock at the door, and Tori, Mama, gets a text message. Your luggage has arrived. We go and poke our head out the door, and there it is, sitting down by the other front door, because they tied the garage into the house and just made it a big extra bedroom. And like, hey, my stuff is here. I can brush my teeth. Well, I borrowed a pair of clothes from her to sleep in, but it was like, yay! What a mess. I will have to say that one of my wildest trips back home was the time that they sent me to Denver. To the airport out in Denver, and then back to which was weird. Or no, it wasn't Denver. It was sent me to Denver, and then I want to say it was back to Texas, and then back to Arkansas. What? Because we didn't realize when we did my first ticket, until we bought it, that my arrival time at home was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I looked at Mama Blueberry's mom and went, Mom, Mom, please don't make my dad and them have to be in Little Rock at 2 o'clock in the morning to pick me up from the airport. So we changed it and was looking at us like, they're sending me to Denver. Then sending me here. Then sending me home. It's like, that is the most out of the way freaking... Like, I'm literally the next state over. Why are you doing this? Always so funny how they have to send you to like an international airport or something before they will send you on your way to your final destination. Like, quite literally. Maybe going the next state over and it's like, oh, you gotta go to Texas first. Why? First time I did that, and I was able to, well, I went by myself when I was younger, but when I was an adult and doing it by myself, they sent me from Tennessee to either Houston or Dallas, then to the other one, Dallas or Houston. I don't remember the order of these. And then they sent me back to Arkansas. I'm like, why did you just put me on a 45-minute flight from one spot to another when you could have just sent me from spot A to spot B to spot C instead of A to B to C to D? Why is there an extra stop involved in this? I think I only ever did it that once, though. After that, it was point A to either Dallas or Houston, and then point C. I don't think he ever got me any ligament. He said he was gonna, so the cat could want to lick my feet for 45 minutes. Oh, let's not tug that out. Found the blanket on the bed again. That is our nightly fight as of late, is me trying to get comfortable. Well, he wants to fight me for whatever blanket I am underneath. He doesn't care which one. He's gotta be snuggled for some reason. It's not that cold. So finally last night I put one blanket on, let him get comfortable and snuggled, rearranged myself, lifted him and the blanket up off me, set him to where he could snuggle against the one leg, and then I covered up with another blanket and he was finally content. Half my getting to sleep journey anymore is just fighting with the cat. It's gonna be horrendous come this winter. If any worse than that day, yeah, it was a night I woke up and Stella had more or less just pushed me off the bed. Like I was gonna roll over and get up to go to the bathroom and there was nowhere for me to roll. stream should be business as usual, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But the week after, so far currently, I cleaned the 25th, so that would be one of those ones where my stream schedule shuffles itself around just a smidge. Sugar-free lemonade that my sister got, which they're okay, but they're just not the same. Hi, Bob. How are you? Have you obtained any new injuries since I hurt myself? Hopefully not. Hopefully you've been good for a couple of weeks. I am pretty good. Other than my foot still kind of hurts, but that's ignorable. I tripped over my own feet in the front yard and busted my foot big time. Good. Oh, I am actually one behind. I'm glad you've not hurt yourself in the past few weeks. I hurt myself. That should be enough for the both of us. No more injuries for the next 3 months between either of us, okay? Have you had a chance to watch any of the demo coverage yet? I watched Sarah B's coverage, and I think Poke Jungle has coverage up now too, but I've not watched that one yet. Ooh, excuse me. It's looking fun. Oh, excuse me. Apparently I'm just gonna try and get the hiccups. Looks like it'll take a bit of getting used to, especially with all of your Pokemon's attacks tied to a button. That'll just make it a fun new challenge, I guess. I strap on, so I quit playing with it. As you can see, I still don't have this shiny. It is being very stubborn. you watched any of the world stuff yet? Excuse me. Whew. Oh, I just had that sudden desire to have like a really big stretch. Did that last night and popped my knee and it felt fabulous. Come on, dude. Anytime now you can be shiny. That would be much appreciated. Could be seeing Omanyte in my sleep for the next 4 months. I have a feeling that even if somehow I was managing to dual hunt this, I would still probably fail in finding it. Left my phone in the kitchen. Let me go grab that real fast. It should take me but a few seconds because I just gotta go to the window. Alright. I like having my phone near me because I don't always hear my ringtone. And I definitely probably couldn't have heard it from in the Ooh, excuse me, from in the living room. We have a little window between our living room and kitchen, just so you can kind of, at one point it was kind of so you can watch TV from the kitchen. It's right next to the entryway into the kitchen, but also it helps let you talk to people who are like in the living room and stuff. So I set my phone there a lot when I'm like doing dishes and listening to music and whatnot. over odds, it'd be 8,200. I'm not trusting my brain to math at the moment. That will be at 580, 5,800 today, provided I don't get the shiny. And that would be 6,100 tomorrow. I can do about 1,500. Do an extra 100 a day for 6 days, so starting tomorrow or today and ignoring tomorrow, I could get to 8,200 by next Saturday. That is my goal before I stop hunting in Let's Go Pikachu, which is I kind of hate to do it. I at least might make that a stopping point and then go hunt for the Omanyte to evolve into an Omastar and then pick it back up again. I'm not 100% certain on my plan at the moment. I might just decide to hunt both of them in Sword. But I want, if I don't have this shiny by next Saturday, I'm doing something else for a little bit. Because this is getting demoralizing. Which I could find it today, I could find it tomorrow, I could find it Monday or Tuesday or Thursday or Friday or next Saturday. I never know, because it's random. I do want, I want to play in a different game on stream for a bit, is mostly all it is. And usually Sword and Shield, it seems to take me about a week at most to get to shiny odds. So I should hopefully have it, you know, within a week. And then I can always come back to this one and hunt in this some more. It will, though, be a huge relief if I manage to find this shiny in this game soon. Come the start of October, I want to stream either X or Legends Arceus. Preferably both, I just haven't figured out which one I want to play first. I actually need to put a poll in my posts on YouTube and let people vote. It don't much matter to me which one I play first. Because honestly, I can get through Legends Arceus in a few days, so long as I'm not fiddling around doing a bazillion and one things. Because I can hit the main story stuff during stream, do a little bit of training or something after stream, and then continue the next day. Actually, honestly, I could probably get 5 main areas plus a day for... I'd probably beat it in about 7 days. This is a rough estimate. This is me saying day 1 would be the tutorial. And at least getting to say Weirdeer. Day 2 would probably be me at least getting to Cleaver. Day 3 would be me doing Ursaluna and Lilligant. Day 4 being Cobalt Coastlands. Day 5 being the Highlands. Day 6 being the Icelands. Day 7 being endgame stuff. It's not exactly hard to grind in Legends Arceus once you know how. Okay, go catch alphas. Actually, I expect X would take me a little bit longer. Just because that game is slower to grind in, I would be emulating it because I don't have the stuff to screen capture from my DS. If I did, I would. What I do? A copy of X. Actually, because there's a part of me who wants to do Legends first, so I can get it out of the way, and then do Y next for the story recap before ZA comes out. But there's a part of me that wants to do Y first, and then I can do Legends Arceus next and have my muscle memory and stuff refreshed for Legends ZA. So it's just gonna depend. Like I said, I think I'm just gonna let people vote. I mean, in the end, it probably doesn't much matter. It's not like I can't fiddle around in Legends Arceus as much as I would like and just play there in between streaming and stuff. Because honestly, the goal before either of them would probably be to beat the game Wednesday evening, an hour or two before Legends ZA launches. Meaning I play it, I beat it, there's 30 minutes of mess about time before ZA hits. Also, funnily enough, releases on a Thursday, which means launch night is on a Wednesday, which means I should be able to play it at 11 o'clock on Wednesday evening. And Wednesday is a break day for me, so we're just gonna have to see how this goes. The general idea being that Wednesday I kind of rest up and stuff during the day to prepare for a few hours of gameplay that night. Generally speaking, when a new Pokemon game comes out, I complete at least the tutorial and generally run around like an idiot for about an hour. So I will play 2 to 3 hours. Usually I end up going to bed around 2 o'clock. And the next morning, I'm up and at it semi-bright and early and start playing again after whatever morning stuff I need to do. And if I can get her into it, hopefully maybe Mama Blueberry will be joining me. She has a habit of sometimes she wants to play at night and sometimes she wants to wait till the next morning. Legend ZA. Sword and Shield. We played together for the most part. She ran a little bit behind me because she was actually going to go to bed and ended up not being able to sleep in about 30-40 minutes after I started playing. She hopped in with me in the voice chat. We played, and then Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, we were together, so we did release night with each other then. Then for Legends Arceus, she generally goes to midnight releases and gets the game. I'll be paying for part of hers, so she'll be having to download it. So I started playing actually at about midnight my time. She had to go home, get it installed, get the day one patch and whatnot real fast. So it took her about 45 minutes altogether to get ready to play. And we played till about for a couple of hours, and then we played for a couple of hours together the next day, and then I couldn't get her to play with me anymore. Then when Scarlet and Violet dropped, she didn't have the money for it, which is fine. She got it as a Christmas present, Violet, and so we played together a little bit after that. I think they went on a small vacation, just like Myrtle Beach or something. But so yeah, it'll be nice to maybe get her to do a release night with me again. Like I said, it's been a while. I mean, unless they have co-op, we probably won't be actually physically playing together. But we do kind of like to try and time our stuff to where, like, we're doing the selection screen and stuff together. We're wandering around the first area together. Can't remember if it was the first night with Legends Arceus or if it was the next morning. I let her know where to find Eevee and the horseshoe plains. We spent 20 minutes connecting and disconnecting from the multiplayers, the internet and Sword and Shield, trying to get each other to pop up on our screen so we could run around together. We never managed it, which kind of sucked. She'd be like, I'm up at the top entrance, and I'm like, I'm up at the top entrance, and I don't see you anywhere. I'm over by the Onyx. Well, I don't see you by the Onyx anywhere, and we never managed to get lucky enough to see each other in game, which seems like something you should have been able to do just because you had each other added as friend codes. I had to laugh at her with Shining Pearl, because she went through and pre-made her a team, and it was more or less, it was a teenage me team. She had Houndoom, and she had Inferno, and she had like Umbreon, and 2 or 3 other animals. And when I say this, I mean like the dogs and cats and stuff. I could probably poke her and be like, hey, what's your team in Shining Pearl? And she'd give it to me, because by the time she kind of semi-seriously started playing, I'd beaten the game, because I don't have a Pokemon game ever that takes me more than a week or so to beat. I think, I want to say Legends Arceus took me exactly a week, but that was just because I was having so much fun in each area. Generally, the mainline game, it takes me about 3 days. Usually by the Sunday after the games come out, I've beaten the game. I think I beat Scarlet like that Sunday morning. Like I'd legit unlocked all the final battles and stuff that night before. And they're like, okay, that's done. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna do all the in-game stuff in the morning. And every once in a while, I wish I could go backwards in time and just relive seeing Area Zero for the first time all over again. I keep poking Mama, trying to get her to finish Violet. She's literally to like the last hour of that game. She's in Area Zero. She's like part way down the loops. The labs, there we go, the lab. She got most of the lab doors unlocked. It's like, honey, you're like an hour away from being finished with that game. Please, baby! Because she's my platonic waifu. Oh, whoops. Guess I'm lucky that wasn't shiny. I better hope none of the ones are shiny here when I double check. They shouldn't be. That is the dryer going off again. So after I do this check and restart the game, I am going to get up and go flip around Dad's comforter at least one more time and stick it back in the dryer. And then I will be back to do the third round of revivals. Yes, I've just decided I'm just going to go through all of them now. I apologize for the constant bombardment of the Omanyte's cry. Hi, Sakura. Oh! One little sore spot on my foot. I tapped without thinking about it because I kind of tapped on that spot before with my hand when I was just kind of sitting here. Why it turns my Joy-Con off every time it does that. Yes, I hear you. Hold on. I'm being buzzed out by the dryer. Alright, we're going to continue. I will be back in a minute. about dropped my headset. Alright. Had one, not a big huge patch, but an okay sized patch of a comforter that needed drying. So after this next round it should be finished and I can put it back on the bed. I considered washing my bed, but I haven't slept under the covers except for that first night since I moved it because I felt the next day and didn't really want to mess with that. I've been sleeping on top of my bed with like my leg propped up on a pillow. Actually, it might be good tonight to sleep under my blankets for once. That'd be nice. I was looking at the calendar yesterday because I couldn't remember when exactly daylight saving time then. It was in November. I'm like, really? Like, really? You're in November? Really? Really? November? And then why not October? Or next month when fall starts? Gotta start putting together my stuff for when we stream CA. Not anything fancy. I figure it'd be like a new camera border. Maybe a thin border to go around the screen because I'm gonna do it mostly full screen. You know, camera in the corner, full screen game. Maybe a little section with my alpha dex count. That will be the thing I am actively doing during my first playthrough is hunting alphas. Shiny hunting comes after, when I've beaten the game and when I get the shiny charm. Any shinies I find during gameplay will be much appreciated and will count towards anything, but I don't have anything I'm planning on like specifically hunting during gameplay. That might be something I do with my eventual replay, because I will play through it twice. I might do a Nuzlocke the second time. I never do a Nuzlocke on the first playthrough, because I don't know what to expect. Maybe I'll do a Nuzlocke with Y. Outrageous or anything, just a general run-of-the-mill Nuzlocke. Make level caps the gym leader Pokemon. Definitely need some lemonade. Or some raspberry lemonade. I would take either at this point in time. Out an alpha Pokemon for my team. See if I can actually stick to it this time. Not for any other reason than just for the fun of it. because the Alpha Houndoom and the Alpha Watchog seem to be something that's going to happen. Seem to be the Watchog at least looks like it might be part of gameplay, because it is standing in front of one of the things that like warps you up to the roof. But the Houndoom seems to be just kind of a wild encounter. It might actually be a set alpha. We don't know yet. Hopefully we'll find out more in the overview. Need to go rewatch the Legends Arceus one, just so I can kind of maybe have a general idea of what it'll cover in this one. I don't expect any more like big, definitely no more Pokemon Presents. From now on it will be probably the TV commercials, a smattering of them showing us new megas, maybe possibly new Pokemon. I'm still holding out hope for that. Look, I would love nothing major, new evolutions, a convergent species or two, if that would be more reasonable than having Colossian forms for any Pokemon. Nothing huge. So a couple new megas, other megas shown, maybe a couple new Pokemon shown. The TV commercials, the big kind of gameplay overview they always do. And maybe one more surprise kind of preview trailer like the ones we get in Presents. Maybe. I don't know what exactly they would cover. But it's the Pokemon Company. As of late, you never know. They like being a big damn mystery anymore, which is fine. It's perfectly okay. I don't mind it, but it, like I said, it's just thrown my kind of the pattern making section of my brain that's like, okay, we do this and this and this and this with each promotional period. It's thrown that part of my brain for a loop, and I'm even now with a year of silence, I'm still trying to wrap my head around of, well, they've broken the pattern so much with this, you know, with the second trailer coming out in March with the Switch 2 release and the Switch 2 release announcement, and then the third trailer not being out until June, and then so on and so forth, yada yada yada. They used to be fairly predictable. Okay, we would get one in February, we get one in, I said June, it was in July. June is when we usually tend to get them, if I'm not mistaken. Forgive me, I'm 3 steps away from having a big pegboard behind me going all a beautiful mind on it. Over what, I don't know, but it seems the appropriate thing to do sometimes, I guess. What about the conspiracy theory of this shiny Omanyte? Dude, where are you? I'm not one of those people who can go, oh, look at this shiny, and have it be shiny. I'd have died and like fallen out of my chair had that actually been shiny. Who is it? Point Pros? Scarecrow? The dude in the PM7, the second video who got the shiny Lugia is seen as my favorite one. Look at this pink Lugia, and lo and behold, it is a pink Lugia. I'm hoping that maybe December or so, after Legend CA launches, we might get the next 20 shiny contest in 24 hours for the, well, I can't say contest, the hunting all the shinies in 24 hours stream. Because I know they broke their record or made a new record for the Switch 2 where they got like 5,000 shinies in 24 hours, which was awesome. But I am hoping that them finally getting the last handful of Pokemon on the Switch, both versions of the Switch, because it is a Switch 1 and Switch 2 game, will finally let them do Gen 5 and then Gen 6 and Gen 7. Actually, I think it's just Gen 5 and 6 Pokemon that are still kind of locked within Go and stuff in the DS games. Because it's Furfrou, Watchog, and the monkeys? Well, Watchog and Patrat. The lines, I mean. And I'm sure there's probably one or two I'm forgetting, but I think all the missing ones are in Legends EA. Which will be nice. And apparently 10% form Zygarde leads you to the Absol that Mega evolves without a trainer. So someone there is up to shenanigans. Maybe not quite trying to restart Z's war, but they want to do something with Mega. Something to do with energy, I'm sure. So I feel like the Rust Syndicate dude is just like the first of a boss of like area bosses. I feel like there's gonna be 5 of those guys. To act as possibly a mid-area boss fight, kind of like when you fought to fight Clay to get to Cleaver. I don't remember what exactly is the mid area for the first section, but the Ursaluna battle or getting the Dusclops. Is it Dusclops? The Dusclops or Duskmore for the one dude in the Coastlands. The fight with, well, Ingo was pretty much at the beginning, but you do fight the 2 different battles in that kind of acts as before final boss stuff. You're just gonna have to wait and see. So many mysteries. Yes, I'm sure I'm gonna babble on about some of this stuff a bazillion and 1 times between now and when Legends EA drops. I apologize. My brain hyperfixates, and Pokemon has been my lifelong hyperfixation, more or less. I never stopped liking it, I just stopped watching it as much. The games, however, never stopped. The anime and stuff slowed down, but the games never stopped. Yu-Gi-Oh! Took over there for a bit, was more or less what it was. But even then, you know, Pokemon was always right after. It'll be really interesting. This is Gen 6, so we're gonna get the 3 Gen 6 starters. Chespit and Finnegan and Froakie are gonna be somewhere on the map. We get Chikorita, Tepig, Totodile. But it's also looking like we're getting Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. We're getting, quite possibly, 9 starters in this game. In this, it's just going to be Charmander, which I can't remember if we've seen Mega Bulbasaur, Mega Venusaur, and Mega Blastoise in these trailers. It's been a bit since I sat down and watched the Presents one where they showed off that slew of Mega Pokemon. I guess I could just check Cerebi. But possibility of having 9 starters in this game. Provided they don't stick. Well, they might stick Mega Blaziken in and have it be on its lonesome. That's how it was before. But if they do stick Blaziken, Trico, and Mudkip in, that would be 12 starters. That is a ridiculous number of starters to have in a game before in-game stuff. It was fine in Blueberry Academy because they were reward for doing so many BBQ quests. You had to unlock them. Excuse me. Yeah. Can you just imagine the insanity of having 12 different starter Pokemon roaming around on your map? From like the get-go, more or less? Hiya. That'll be wild if they... I doubt they're gonna do that many. And of course, Chikorita, Tepig and Totodile, you're only gonna get one, and then they'll be unlocked or something after, I'm sure, so you can hunt the alphas and whatnot. Excuse me. Could be in Outbreaks or something, an Outbreak only Pokemon maybe. Kind of like they are in Legends Arceus. Well, Cyndaquil, Rowlet, and Oshawott are in Legends Arceus. That would actually make sense. If you wanted to do starters that way, that might not be a bad idea, other than the Gen 6 starters, of course. But have Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle be like Outbreak only Pokemon? Along with like Aurora Mora, and Tyrant. I'm just spitballing here, because you're gonna have to be able to get Aurora Mora and Tyrant somehow in this game, whether it be you finding fossils and having them revived at the lab, or you earning fossils through the lab, or they show up in the wild in an underground area accessed by one of the water tunnels, because it looks like there's a couple of tunnels there that are in the rivers or whatnot that might go somewhere kind of underground. It would make sense. The way you got the fossils in Legends Arceus was through distortions. I doubt they're going to bring distortions back. They could bring distortions back. I don't know what kind of distortions they would be. I can't say anything, because I mean, about the only way I could see them plausibly doing distortion in this would be areas where like Xerneas and Yveltal's power is just like surging forward from under the ground or something, and either like overgrowth or undergrowth areas, and I say undergrowth being areas where everything is dying, and overgrowth areas being areas, of course, where everything is just like exploded outwards. I don't know how they would do that. Unless it ties in with this possible new legendary. So rumor has it, for whatever reason, that we're getting like 3 new legendary Pokemon, which, well, okay, I could see a maybe there, but 3 feels like we're pushing it. Legends Arceus only gave us 1 new legendary, but it gave us 2 new forms. Actually, if you want to get technical, it gives us 3 forms, because Enamorus has its own form, which I briefly forgot about. So it's all just very guessy at the moment. All I can do at the moment without like going just deep diving into all of the leaks and the rumors and stuff is just assume. Make an ass of myself and assume, but that's theory crafting for you. They are theories until proven wrong or correct. I'll have to check and make sure I am accurate on my count here in a moment. I should be for 44. Awesome. I am accurate. I'm curious to see quests again, which I figure will be kind of very much the same as the Legends Arceus quests, except for some new stuff thrown in, probably. Because basically you are doing your stuff, taking it back to Mabel, and getting your rewards and stuff, same way you did with Professor Lavington. Apparently Professor Sycamore has gone poof. Or he's traveling for work or something. There's a dozen possible places he could be. It's possible he's in the story and we just haven't seen him yet. You guys gonna turn him into a silver fox? He is kind of the first young and handsome male professor we got in Pokemon. I mean, Juniper is young and lovely herself, but she's also not a guy. Because, I mean, before that, we had Professor Oak, who is young but kind of nerdy. Then we had Professor Birch, who is happily married and has his kid. Then we had Professor Rowan, who is another grandpa. And then we had Juniper and Sycamore. Then Yahweh. No, that's not right. I don't remember how you pronounce. I don't remember how you pronounced Gen 7's professor's name. I'm sorry. Then in Gen 8 we had Magnolia, and by the end of the game we had Sophia, who was still a Professor Magnolia, because I'm assuming Magnolia is her last name. And then in Gen 9 we had Sara and Turo, who were just all sorts of bait. Had no idea how much I laughed over people like, I'm getting this game because this professor's hot, and it's like, okay. It's like, I'm not going to let the professor choose my game. I'm going to let the dragon choose my game. Which in the end didn't matter because I got both games anyways. But it was so funny. It's like, ooh. Also, everybody's saying Turo looked like Jetty Penguin, which was kind of true. I'm curious what kind of professor we will get in Generation 10. Also kind of funny to see them moving away from the tree names. Which I guess Lavington probably isn't a tree either that I know of, that I've heard of. But I suppose it's always also possible that Tree Name Professor will be back in Gen 10. And that with Scarlet and Violet, of course, you needed the separate professors for the separate storylines. I do see a third version of Scarlet and Violet, though. Just one where they had, like, smushed the storylines together. somehow, and you get to do both Miraidon and Crydon. And both of Arvin's parents suck. I mean, they both suck anyways in either game, because it's implied that in Scarlet, Toro walks out on Sada, and implied in Violet that Sada walked out on Toro and leaves Arvin behind, which is a crummy thing to do when you're the mother. Yeah, I mean, it's a crummy thing to do when you're the father too, but it's even crummier when you're the mother walking out on out of the relationship like a couple weeks after the kid is born. Poor Arvin. I hate to say it, he might have been a little bit better off if someone had just adopted him. This is not me thinking of a universe where Nemona's parents adopted Arvin and they grew up as siblings. That would be interesting. That would be all sorts of interesting. I'm also still kind of sad you can't give Arvin his parents' copy of the Scarlet or Violet book after you get it from them in the Crystal Pool. I have the Joy-Con in this hand for now. Had one of the members of my Discord were like, I went everywhere. Everywhere. I even tried to go back down. Like, they close off that section so you can't go back to the machine, reactivate the time machine, start that mess all over again. To go today, excuse me. I would have loved to have just got a glimpse of, like, Nemona's parents as well. Nothing huge or anything. We didn't need a 15-minute scene with them. Just, like, a glimpse. Oh, my parents are home. You want to go in and say hi, and you go in and say hi, and then they, like, vanish, and you never see them again. Because we hear from Peony, before we go on our adventure, our adventure. And of course we meet both of Arvin's parents between the separate games. Not gonna lie though, I always thought Gita was like Nemona's big sister at first. I legit thought she was Nemona's big sister for like 6 months before realizing that no, she was not in fact Nemona's sister. I was just making faceless assumptions. I don't know why I thought she was Nemona's sister, but I thought she was Nemona's sister. Put that back down there for now. Thing buzzed around my head for like 5 minutes at one point last night. It's like, would you go away? You're not gonna land so I can kill you, so just go away. It's a fly. I'm going to say kill. I'm going to say murder. It is a tiny murder when I kill a fly. It is a big murder when it's a group of crows. And if it's a group of ravens, it's an unkindness. If it's a group of Sinisty, it's a tea party. Check my count and make sure that's correct. Oh, I'm actually one ahead. Okay, so I will just not count this one. All right, 13 to go. Hopefully they bring back mass releasing in ZA. Why they didn't keep it for Scarlet and Violet, I don't know. Probably because Legends Arceus required you to just catch an obscene amount of Pokemon for Pokedex filling. Alright, 10 to go. Revival on. I've never been to a church revival that I know of. I don't even actually know what they do at one of those. It's probably a good thing. Go for today. Eventually you will be purple. Eventually you will be purple and I will Thanos snap you out of this universe. And into Pokemon Home. heart there for a second. Thank you, Dr. Fossil, for another dud Omanyte. 5 to go. Can I get a last minute shiny today? Not from that one. Had another kind of Pokemon-esque dream last night. Stepped out on the front porch. There's like a Aurora Borealis in the front yard, and it was like blacks and purples and dark greens. And I yelled at the people in the house to come outside and look, and we all stand there and hooed and awed over it for a minute or two. And then I tilted my head and looked up into the horizon, which is weird because our line of sight is obscured by a bunch of trees across the road, and there's a space-time distortion over there, and it ended. I was like, huh? Since when does that become a thing? Basically, it's just my brain regurgitating a bunch of like weird body stuff. I'd be amazed how many times I've had like freaking Game of Thrones dreams mixed in with like Assassin's Creed and Prince of Persia, which I neither play nor watch, and half a dozen other like medieval things I've been interested in. Alright, last one. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Even Socket is tired of it. Alright, I'm gonna hop off. Thank you guys for showing up. I always appreciate it. I will see you guys tomorrow, where I will be going to 6100. Hopefully not. Hopefully I can stop before I hit that, but with the way my luck has been going with the shiny hunt, we're just gonna have to see. Alright, I hope you guys have a good evening, and I will see you tomorrow.